Whew. Okay, we are running extremely late, but the game hasn't kicked off yet. My voice is completely shot from yesterday, and my webcam is completely gone. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, alright, we got everything set up. We got it put together. Okay. My god. We got it all figured out. I haven't quite gotten everything fixed yet. It is not that one. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I've got a rough bit going with my throat right now, man. I did like a volunteer haunted house in town, and all I've got to say is my throat is shot, but who cares? Here we go. We are not too late for opening kickoff. Here is Nick Folk to put this thing away up into the air. It will be fielded by the Broncos. That is Mims cutting outside, trying to get around a guy, but he's not going to get any further than the 20-yard line. There, and the Jets are going to have the Broncos pinned back there. Here comes Bo Nix and the Broncos offense. Oh my god, I am discombobulated this morning. I am very discombobulated this morning. I am not in full working order. I actually think I want this over here. And I'll fix my other stuff in a second. Here we go. Adkins going to go in motion. Single back set now for Nix. Adkins will split out wide. Tosses it out over to Dobbins. Left side. Dobbins looking for room to run. Can't really find anything. It's a gain of 1 yard for the Broncos. That'll take him to 2nd and 9. Broncos offense has started out slow quite often during this season, so it's a bit of a rough go. Matt Parrott is starting this game, so it's actually a little surprising. I thought we were gonna get Palcho. So it's another single back set for Nix. Troutman gonna motion over to the right side of the formation. Nix calls an audible. Nix takes a snap, hands off to Harvey, now going right, or Dobbins going right side, and Dobbins still not gonna get much there. Maybe a gain of 2, gonna set up a 3rd and 7. That's Jermaine Johnson on the play there. Broncos trying to establish this run game early, and so far for him, just not working. The Jets have a lot of talent on this defense. They just have not been able to put it together up to this point. So Nix will come out in the gun. Adam Prentice is going to come out at halfback. Nix with the snap in the gun. Drops. Now he breaks out of a sack. Now he's rolling. Nix throws it away. He's got Troy Franklin, but Franklin fumbles. Ah. And that looks like it's going to be New York ball. My God. Franklin had it. He had a first down and lost it. Wow, dude. So the Jets get a huge turnover on this opening drive, and it's a first down that Nix would have. Nix able to break out of a sack from the right side. Scrambles able to find Franklin, and just on the tackle, Franklin just gets it stripped away from him. Wow, dude. And he almost made it back up, too. Andre Cisco just able to dive on it. Man, I wish my voice weren't as cooked as it was. So it's going to be New York ball in prime territory now at the Denver 37. Fields comes out in a single back set. Now he's going to motion 83 to the other side of the formation. Hands off, Brees Hall running right side, and he doesn't have much there. Maybe he gets about 2 on that one. I had to find my water bottle. I need to find my water bottle before we get too far. We're on NFL Network, so I don't know if we're going to get as many commercial breaks. It's going to be Fields with Beck in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left side, 1 to his right. False start on the Jets. And that's going to be false start on the Jets. Back him up 5. Back him up. That's Joe Tittman there on the right side. Yeah, that's... Jets were pointing at the Broncos like their guy didn't just jump. Come on, man. Come on. So Jets are going to come out now. Tight set now. Tight end's going to motion out from the right side. Fields back to throw. Fields standing. Fields looking. Now he's in trouble. Fields rolling to his right side. Pumps. And now he's going to get sacked. That is John Franklin Myers. And that's going to keep it 3rd and 13 now for the Jets offense. Justin Fields and the Jets got that turnover off of Troy Franklin. And now they are looking to do something with it. They got a 3rd and 13 here after a penalty and a sack. Wasn't really for a lot of loss on that. Justin Fields now. It's a 2x2 set spread out for the Jets. Fields in the gun. 83 is going to bunch in a little tighter. Fields takes a snap, dropping back. Broncos bring 4. Fields now stepping up. Now he's got to run. And he'll get tackled down at the 34-yard line. That's Singleton and I believe Brandon Jones. So they're going to get... Excuse me, it was Jaquan McMillan on that tackle. So now we're going to see Nick Folk come up. Broncos defense able to bend without breaking. Hardly even bend. Fields able to pick up a couple of yards to get the Jets in a field goal range. It'll be from the right hash. And it's a 52-yard attempt for Nick Folk. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. 3-0 Jets off of a turnover. Broncos gave the Jets their first takeaway all season long. Franklin puts the ball on the turf. And we'll be back in just a minute. I absolutely need to go grab some water because my throat is shot right now, dude. My throat is so messed up. I'll tell you guys that story here in a minute, okay? Let me... What have I done? Oh, I have hit my dog's water. Yeah, let me go grab some water real quick because my God. Yeah, so you get an interesting combination of late night like charity thing that we do in my town, and I was volunteering for it, and wow, the sun. Good Lord. Okay, I'm gonna move my webcam down here. Hello. Yeah, so here's kind of... Wow, I can't pick a good spot for this. So here's how everything ends up going, right? So we had a charity thing last night that I was helping with because my little brother was volunteering for it. He needed an adult. They needed some actors in the little haunted house thing. So I spent 5 hours just screaming my lungs out. Don't get done with that until about midnight. And then we've got the early morning turnaround with this London game. So that's why my voice sounds rough. But I'm here grinding through it for you guys. I am here grinding through it for you guys. Here we go. Back in London now. Broncos gave up a turnover. Troy Franklin put the ball on the turf. Andre Cisco recovers. Jets get a field goal. So, we're going to get this kickoff here in just a second. Broncos going to be looking to make amends here. Go down, score a touchdown because they had they had a first down conversion on that play. Franklin just couldn't hang on to it, trying to get going running, so... there we go, my God. I'm getting flashed by the sun through, like, the one crease I had in my window. My goodness. Okay. Here we go. Nick Folk coming off to boot this thing off. And that's going to go to the right side here. And that will be fielded by Mims. Up to the 10, 15, 25, 30, 35. And he's able to get this thing up to the 37-yard line. So a much better return here now for the Denver Broncos. And it's going to be Bo Nix coming out now in this offense again. Troy Franklin coming off of the turnover last drive, giving the Jets their first takeaway. But the good news is it's only a 3-point game for him now. Nix and this Broncos team have already shown they are much more resilient than people give them credit for. 18 unanswered against the Philadelphia Eagles, and now they can go down and at least try and tie this. Tight set for Nix here. 2 receivers to the right side with a tight end there as well. Now Sutton's going to motion over to the other side, split it up. Nix in the gun. Dobbins to his left. Nix drops back, short drop pass. And he slings it out to Adkins for a gain of about 6. So Nate Adkins seeming to get a little more involved here in this receiving game today. Adkins is typically the Broncos he was the Broncos fullback for a while. And then, of course, Michael Burton came in, and now it's been Adam Prentice this season. It's gonna be a single back set for Nix. Harvey joins the game now in the backfield. We're going to see Mims motion left to right. Fake toss out to Harvey. Nix has to pump fake. Now he's got to throw one out to escape. Nix just ran out of time, and now he's able to sling a ball away in the direction of Marvin Mims across the formation. And the Jets just read this perfectly. Nix fakes the toss out, and he does get a lot of guys, but not everyone bites. The defensive end doesn't bite, but Nix able to pump fake right there. Fake McDonald long enough to wrap around and throw a ball away. So now you live to third down, and it's a third and much more manageable. 3rd and 4 from the 44-yard line. Nix in the gun. He's going to motion Harvey out. Nix back. Nix short. Nix got it. That's going to be Pat Bryant over the 50. Going to get to the Jets' 45-yard line, and that is going to be a Broncos first down. Just one-on-one coverage on the other side, and that is a great route from Pat Bryant. Little bit of an outside release there. Plays the cha-cha with number 21 of the Jets, and able to break back in on a slant route. From the Jets 45, it'll be a pistol set now. And we got a stoppage. And it appears Denver is false started. Yep, false start on 79. That's Parrott. New left guard for the Broncos, replacing Powers. So that's going to put the Broncos right back at midfield now. It's been an issue for the Broncos all season. Pre-snap penalties, especially along that offensive line. Here we go. 1st and 15. Nix in the gun. Nix, it's going to be a fake. It's going to be a fake to Dobbins. Throws it to Ingram on a screen, and that's going to lose a couple there. Jets defense all over that thing. Led by Brownlee, followed by Cisco, and a couple other guys. Rallied the Cavaliers. Broncos lose one on that now, so now they're just moving in reverse. They're going the wrong damn direction. 2nd and 16 now for the Broncos. Need to get some of it back here, make this 3rd and manageable. Nix in a single back set. Next, he's going to fake a pitch around. He gives it to Franklin. Franklin looking for room to move around, and he's only going to gain about 2. Gets over to the Jets 30 or 49. So now it is 3rd and a mile for the Denver Broncos offense. Not able to get anything going in the running game so far, and they've tried a few different things here. Really, you haven't been able to get Dobbins going yet, and this little end around, just a way to try to get it going and just unable to find anything. This Jets defense is playing discipline today. They're staying home. 3rd and 14 now. Nix, he's got 2 receivers to the left. Nate Adkins joins them. Nix tries a hard count, doesn't get it. Nix now takes a snap, deep drop. Nix now has to escape, bails on the pocket, finds a guy, Harvey, and it's going to be nowhere near a first down there, but they get about 10 of it back. It's going to set up a 4th and 4, 4th and a long 4 or a short 5 on that. And we're going to see Lutz come out to try a field goal. It's going to be a long kick. But we'll see if Will Lutz can boot this thing and tie it. Snap is going to come from just about, or from the 40, 45. This is going to be a 57-yard kick for Lutz from the right hash. Broncos looking to tie this thing up and wipe that turnover off the board, essentially. Snaps down. Kick is up. And it's drifting, but it's good. Will Lutz with a 57-yard kick. And he's able to tie this thing up. Wow. Just barely hugs that upright over there on the right side. And just like that, we've got a tie ball game here in London. It's a beautiful morning to be here with all of you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this. I know it's early. I know my voice is completely gone. But it's great. It's going to be a great morning, everybody. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're doing in the chat. Definitely helps me out, but I do like talking to you guys. Water. We have gone to a commercial break, so we are not missing anything. I can tell you right now. I should probably go make me some coffee. I should probably go make me some coffee. Or something else warm. I don't have any tea here. If you got any sore throat tips, let me know. I suppose that's something I can Google. I don't know. We are in commercial break, so we're not missing anything here. I forgot to move the ball. I forgot to move the ball. It's technically still Broncos ball. It is technically still Broncos ball until they kick this thing. Alright. I'm gonna get that out. Seems like we are coming back to the game. They're running an ad for another London game, which basically has to mean we're coming back. So. Sunday morning football. My God. It's too early for this, but it's not at the same time because the Broncos are playing. And we are not going back to the game. We have an eye on the field now, so that's a start, but we got a Jameson ad. The lady's gonna chase the bottle and it's gonna fall into the water, but what's this? A hot air balloon? Okay. Shits and gigs. So there. Previous drive, Broncos and the offense able to move just enough to get into the very outer side of Will Lutz's field goal range. Lutz able to knock through a 57-yard kick. And able to tie this thing up and wipe that turnover off of the board just about. So Broncos now about to kick this thing back to the New York Jets. Lutz has it up. And it is now Jets ball. Field it at the goal line. Number 34 is going to roll it up, and he's going to get smashed. No, he's still up. Lutz dives at him and can't get him. These New York Jets are not going down without a fight. They're going to be in Broncos territory. They have set up shop. Pretty deep into Broncos territory there. What a play. The camera angle really did not help
with helping me tell if a guy was down. He breaks through a tackle at the 30. Lutz dives at him at the 45 and is just unable to get him down. And then after that, he's just outrunning these Broncos. And I believe it's Chris Abrams' drain that's finally able to catch up to him. But the Jets are going to be very set up now. Bronco 29. Fields is going to be in the gun. Takes the snap, now pitches it out left side, flips it to Hall. Hall doesn't have anywhere to go, knocked out after a game or after a loss of 2. Riley Moss just shoves him out of bounds. Broncos able to corral him rather quickly. Great reads by a lot of guys. It was a bit of a slow developing play in the backfield. And it does not take much. It does not take much for something to turn into a slow developing play in that backfield. A ball floats an extra tick too long, and suddenly you find yourself without anywhere to go. So now back to to the Bronco 31. Another gun set for Fields, 2 receivers right side. Handoff over to Hall again, and Hall's going to get a little further. Actually gains a couple of yards there. Looks like a gain of about 4. It'll set up 3rd and 8. 6:04 to go here in the first quarter. Jets 3, Broncos 3. Jets with an early turnover, and now a long kick return to set them up here. Broncos trying to keep them in field goal range and only field goal range. Here we go, 3rd and forever. Fields will be in the gun once again. Broncos show rush of 4. Fields drops. Broncos do bring 4. Benito trying to get in there, and huge stop. Talanoa Hufanga able to step up to where the ball was thrown at the line of scrimmage and shut this thing down. No gain, and that's going to bring out Nick Folk. It's 3 and out for the Jets. That's the good sign. The bad news is that they've been in Broncos territory on both possessions and able to get a field goal out of this. Benito and Allen are both almost able to just slot in there and put Fields to the turf, but Fields able to jump out and escape this thing. So now it's a 41-yarder for Nick Folk. And now from the left hash, kick is up, and it is good. Been a bit of a field goal off so far between these teams. 6-3, they're going to go to ad break. And I might go start a cup of coffee. I'm gonna need something warm for my throat to make it through this. I tell you what, boys. Boys and girls, I tell you what. Oh my god. Oh. I did not realize how much I screwed up my throat at the charity thing until until we got home yesterday, and I could not get my voice above a certain register. Dude, I need like honey. Oh my gosh. All right, we are in commercial break. You are not missing anything. Good morning to all of you. It is a wonderful morning for football, and it's a wonderful morning. It's an even better morning for Broncos football. We are still in commercial break with just under 6 minutes in this first quarter. It is a 6-3 ball game. Jets have had the ball in Broncos territory, both of their possessions. And Broncos defense has been able to hold the Jets to nothing but field goals, but the problem stays. The Jets have started both possessions in Broncos territory. First off, a turnover from Troy Franklin. Jets get their first takeaway on defense all season, and then just on a long kick return there, just really a breach on the Broncos special teams, who have been at least decent all year in kick coverage. So it's bit of a lapse there, bit of a lapse here. Broncos trying to clean everything up. Broncos offense has not really moved, but they moved enough to put a field goal on the board. And we'll see what they're able to do after this commercial break is over. They're running commercials. It's been a weird game so far, because it looked like the Broncos might have been able to get something on that first possession if it weren't for the Troy Franklin fumble. It kind of just is what it is right now. Whew. All right. We are back in London, baby. And Nick Folk getting ready to put this thing away, kicking off. Looks like left hash this time. He's been kicking from... He's been doing the kickoffs from the right hash, but looks like he's set up on the left. Could be the camera angle. Nope, he is set up at the left hash this time. So, Folk puts it up. And it looks like Mims, there we go. Mims will field it at the 2, up to the 25, 30. Looking for a bit more room, but he's knocked out at the 31, 32. So here we go, 4:50 to go on the clock here in this first quarter. Denver Broncos going to be looking to get anything done here with this drive offensively. I might need to pin a comment. Hang on. And pin that. Okay. Nix is going to come out in a pistol set. We're going to see Franklin motion left to right. Nix fakes. Nix rolling. Nix looking. Nix has a guy. Cortland Sutton for a first down and more. Going to get him down to the 47-yard line now. Still on their own side of the field, but a big gain. Gain of 16 for the Denver Broncos. It's a well-designed play there. You get an orbit, or not even an orbit. You get a motion around from Franklin. Able to draw a couple of guys off. Sutton able to find a soft spot. Nix makes a nice throw on the run. We are going to get a timeout, it appears. Either a timeout or someone's got to reset the ball. There's no flag on the field. Nobody did anything wrong. But after a gain of 16 here, there's just a weird stoppage in play. Okay. Play clock issues. Something was up at the play clock. So, no one's in trouble. Luckily, you like that. No one's in trouble. No one's hurt. No one's being an idiot. Here we go. 4:14 and counting down. 1st and 10 for the Broncos, trying to get on their first real drive. I-form set for Nix. Will hand it off. And Dobbins just unable to find anything right now. This Jets run defense is playing out of its mind. That is to Fele. Big guy there on that defensive line. And even in the I set here, I mean, really, you're looking for Adkins to get in the hole and blow a guy up, and he does. But Luke Wattenberg just loses his battle in the middle of the line. So, 2nd and 11 now. Nick's going to come out in an empty set. 3 receivers over on the left side of the formation. Nix takes a snap, quick drop, looking. Nix rifles one, first down into Jets territory. Up to their 40. We got a first down, but we also have a flag down on the field. And this might be a holding call. This is coming back. And that is, once again, Matt Parrott with a penalty. So if it's not one offensive lineman, it's another. And Matt Parrott gets called for a holding call. So without Ben Powers, definite liability there for the Denver Broncos right now. So now it is 2nd and 20. Clock will tick under 3 minutes between these plays. Nick's going to be in the gun now from his own 38. Nix takes the snap, dropping back, screens it out to Harvey. Harvey looking for room. Harvey breaks out of a tackle, and he's going to get up to the 40-41 yard line. So Broncos gain about 3 back there, but it's going to set up 3rd and forever. 3rd and 17. And Broncos likely looking for a few yards to get into field goal range again and tie this game up with a kick. Harvey's going to come out of the game here. Dobbins will join. Gun set for Nix. 2 receivers and a tight end top of the set, and you got a guy isolated down below. Nix dropping back, deep drop, stands in the pocket, pumps. Now he's going to run. Bo taking off. Bo gets a block, and he stumbles, and Broncos did not have the field possession, or the field position. I thought they did. My God. Nix gains 12 with his legs on that one. It's going to set a 4th and 5. Offense hasn't come off of the field yet, according to Rich. Nix just pump fakes, runs. He gets a block from Dobbins there while he's running. Nix finally using those legs. 4th and 5. Broncos might be going for this thing now. Nix is in an empty set. He's got 3 receivers stacked on the left side. Bunch set there. They snap it. Nix dropping back. Nix looking. Nix has a man. That is Evan Ingram. First down, Denver. Across the Jets' 40-yard line. So in 4 plays, the Broncos able to make up that penalty yardage back and able to bail out Matt Parrott and that holding penalty. It was just Ingram one-on-one there with a linebacker, able to just make a quick, sharp little move to the outside. Nix able to find him almost immediately. And that's what you want to see out of Evan Ingram. A good route by him. Just a nice, quick little out route. So here we go. Single back set now for Nix and the Broncos at the Jets 36. Nix dropping. Throws it. What a snag on Sutton, able to make that catch. And he had Sauce Gardner basically draped across him like a cape. You want to talk about turning a guy into Superman? Sauce Gardner just turned into Superman's cape. My goodness. And Glenn's going to throw a challenge flag on that. We'll see what happens. It's a gain of 6 as it stands right now. Ball potentially hit the ground there. So we got a play stoppage. Okay, so it's incomplete. So they save Glenn the challenge. They use video assistance. And the ball did hit the ground. So it is incomplete. He is bobbling that going to the ground. I will say, it's not really something Sauce Gardner did. So 2nd and 10 now for this Broncos offense. After a huge 4th and 5 conversion, Broncos looking to put 6 on the board here. Jets show nickel. And slight stoppage here. I think the refs are getting a couple of things adjusted. And they reset the game clock. Okay, that's all they needed. So 1:03 now on the clock. It did bleed that 20 seconds after the catch, so they do reset it. Nix is asking an official about something. All right, now we're all set. Now, Nix wanted the play clock reset. All right, Jaleel McLaughlin has been cited for the Broncos. He's in the backfield here. Haven't said that name all season. 2nd and 10, trips left for Nix and the Broncos. Fake over, screen out to Mims. Mims looking for a little bit of room, and he gets a little bit of room here. Gain of maybe 4 or 5. So that's going to be 3rd and more manageable now for this Broncos offense. It's just a quick little fake over to Jaleel and then a little sling out to Mims. Mims didn't find a whole lot of blocking there. Brian unable to get a good angle on it. From the Jets 28 now. Nix gets his call in a 2x2 set. Nix in the gun. Nix drops over the middle. He's got Evan Ingram across the 20 down to the 15-yard line. First down, Denver. A nice 3rd down conversion there for the Denver Broncos. Gain of 16. And the Broncos are moving, and it is methodical. Denver Broncos are taking no prisoners in London, but they will come back with a win the way they're playing right now. Offense is humming. Nix is throwing dimes. Broncos going to get one more playoff before the end of the quarter. Nix fakes a screen. Now he looks. He's got a guy. Nate Adkins. Touchdown, Denver. At the very end of the 3rd quarter, or the 1st quarter, my God, it's 8 a.m. Give me a break. 9-6 Broncos What a well-designed play. What we're going to see, it's going to be an orbit motion around like you're setting up a screen. It's a classic Sean Payton play. Mims is going to motion around the backfield. Nix is going to fake that screen to him. Adkins is going to shoot up, and Nix able to find him on that little bit of a wheel route going up that right sideline. What a play design by Sean Payton. Lutz on for the PAT. It is up, and it is good. What a drive by the Broncos. What a play design on that one. What a drive. It's going to be 10-6 Broncos going into the commercial break. That is the end of the first quarter, everybody. And that is going to prompt me to go take a quick water break. I'm running a little low, so don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. And I will be right back. Oh, dude, my hair is a mess. My God. My hair is messed up, bro. Oof. All right, we're back. We are back. Woo. Do I got any baseball fans in chat? Because I tell you, the baseball playoffs have been absolutely nutty this season. Like, let me know if your team's still alive. Let me know if your team's still alive. Mariners are still alive for me on the baseball side. We are still in commercial break, going to the second quarter, so you are not missing anything. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you love the Broncos as much as I do. I'll keep the plug to that. I'll keep the shameless plug to that. Here we go, start of the second quarter, 10-6 Broncos. Just an amazing play design there. Running through this. Sutton just runs Sauce Gardner out of town on that play and opens it up for Adkins. And suddenly Nate Adkins is a feature in the offense. Who saw that one coming? That's just funny right there. So here we go. Lutz now to kick this thing off. Broncos special teams looking to not give up a massive return. Ball's going to bounce inside of the 20, picks it up, and the Broncos close in on him at the 26-yard line, 27. Had a little bit of a sieve to run that through, but not much else. So Broncos defense going to come back out now, and despite the precarious starting field position for the Jets, Broncos defense has been able to show out rather well thus far. They've held the Jets to 2 field goals, and both of those drives started inside of the Broncos 35. Or inside the 40. So here we go. Fields in the gun now. The worst starting field position the Jets have had all day. Fields looking left side. He's got a man. Talanoa Hufanga is right there on top of him. Gain of 3 for the Jets. And that is Taylor, 85, rookie tight end for the Jets. And Hufanga's going to shove him out. They call it a gain of 2, not a gain of 3. So it makes it 2nd and 8 now for the Jets. Broncos trying to force a 3 and out and get the offense back on the field. 14:30 to go here in the second quarter. Single back set with a bit of a load on the right side here for Fields and the Jets. One receiver up top. Hands it off now to Breece Hall, trying the left side a little bit, but he's still going middle. Doesn't get a whole lot on that, so it's going to set up third and about medium. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5 likely. Hufanga in on the tackle. Gain of 3, 3rd and 5. I'm pushing so hard right now, you guys. I'm pushing so hard to make my voice do stuff. Here we go. 3rd and 5 for the Jets. Looks to be an empty set now for Fields. No, camera angle was not helping. Hall gonna go from left to right side in the backfield now. From the gun, Fields looking. Fields winding. Fields up top. Unable to find a guy. That was Smith the target. Moss in coverage. Trying to go just a deep one-on-one 50-50 ball up that left sideline. Doesn't find anything. Yeah, it was just one-on-one with Moss. Unable to find anything. It's tight man-to-man. That's what the Broncos do. I know we picked on Riley Moss a little bit as a fan base, but Riley Moss hasn't been that bad. And you got to think about how much he gets targeted. Here's the first punt of the game. That's going to sky up, and that will be fielded at the 15 by Mims, and he's going to return it. Breaks out of a tackle, but doesn't get much further than the 20. So Broncos are going to have it at the 20. And we are going to get another commercial break. They're going to fade to an Allstate commercial or something, so... How we feeling so far? How we feeling so far, chat? How are we feeling? Broncos lead right now, 10-6. Defense just got a 3 and out. Early morning. We're having a good morning. I know I'm having a good morning here on Crushing It, despite the state of my voice. And no, I did not have as good of a time as you'd think last night because of it. This water is giving me life. I don't know if it's going to survive 4 quarters, but I'm going to do my best for y'all. Dude, I'm going to have to go make, like, coffee, or I guess coffee's my one real option. Either that or I just need to go make a mug of hot water, which sounds so pathetic, but it might actually help soothe my voice a little bit. I might have to go do that here one of these ad breaks, because, my God. Still worth it though. Still worth it. Charity is good. Charity work is good. It's so worth it. And I got to scare the shit out of some kids. Out of everybody. I scared so many people last night. I was dressed up as like an Ice King. Not like Adventure Time Ice King, but Ice King. And the whole area that I was in was like, it was like this spray insulation foam area, so it looked like ice. There were like blue lights and crap. It was interesting. It was hot as hell in there too, by the way. It was not as cold as it looked. They literally gave me a fan because they're like, hey, you're in like the hottest area here. You're gonna need this. And sure as shit enough, I in fact needed the fan. But, you know, good times were had by all. We are back in London. Bo Nix and this Broncos offense going to try to go to work and try and make it 2 scoring drives. Well, 2 touchdown drives in a row. They are on 3 straight scoring possessions right now. 2 field goals and a touchdown. Or the 1 field goal and the touchdown. 2 straight scoring possessions. My God. I can't do numbers. Here we go, Nix, single back set, Dobbins in the backfield. It will be a play fake to Dobbins. Nix now stepping out of the pocket. Now he's going to heave one. Whoa! Overthrew it a little bit. No flags on the coverage. Nix was just looking for a guy. Talk about gunslinger mentality. Nix that's an artillery cannon mentality. My God, fuck it, a guy's down there somewhere. Really looked like they were trying to draw a flag on that one. You had Mims trying to draw back over to the ball. Incidental contact, no penalty. Clean play. Cisco was there in coverage. Single back set for the Broncos once again. They're going to hand off to Evan Ingram going left side. Evan Ingram with a carry, and that's going to be the best Broncos run all day outside of Nix's 12-yard scramble. It's going to set up third and manageable. Evan Ingram found some room on the left side. Jet sweep to the tight end's a new one. And he gained 7 on it. Third and 3 now for the Broncos. Third, much more manageable. They have been able to stay in those situations all game. Nix in the gun, takes a snap, short drop looking. Got Evan Ingram, and he's able to tilt his body across for a first down. So Evan Ingram getting himself some feature in this offense now. Nix looking to him early and often now. Couple of catches already on the game, and he's got a rushing attempt. Had a big touchdown last week for the Broncos. Had the one that got him in the lead last week. Really? Single back set now for Nix and the Broncos. Dobbins remains in the backfield. Nix will hand it off. Dobbins, right side, just stuffed. Cannot find anything. Sherwood, they're able to thump him down. Gain a 1. Gain a 2, excuse me. As much as they're trying to run the ball right now, they cannot find any room right now. Dobbins just tough sledding for the guy as it goes right now. Gun set now for Nix. 3 receivers bunched on the right now. He snaps in with a motion. Gets a screen out to Franklin. Franklin able to wrap up on the ball. It gets 7 on that one. So really right now, I mean, this screen game is basically the run game right now, just because of how bad the run game has been today, and it's working for him. You know, run game by extension there a little bit there, and he had 2 running backs on the field, didn't use a single one. Threw it out over to Franklin, and if anything, I mean, this is how the Broncos run the ball when they can't run the ball. We got a stoppage in play, 3rd and 1. They are gonna take an injury timeout. There was a downed New York Jet. They did not say who was down, but there is a downed New York Jet. So they have gone to commercial break on that. We will be back here in just a moment or so, I imagine, with an update on that. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Broncos when we come back. Oof. Yeah, we're doing our best today. I really should have just chilled out, honestly, but I mean, come on, charity work. And if my voice is going to suffer for it, screw it, I just won't talk on Monday. Once again, we are still in commercial break. It's an injury Jet there by the Jet. There is an injured Jet on the field. We are still in commercial break. We are not missing anything. Broncos offense looks good today, man. Besides the one turnover. Despite that, it's been good for this Broncos offense so far. Outside of the one turnover, it's been scoring drives. And they're looking to go get their next one here. We are still in that ad break, so either it's just a bit of a rough injury that they're trying to sort out and get a guy on a cart, or it's just a longer than normal break. I hope that they are all right. We still don't know who's down, is the thing. We don't actually know who went down yet. We are back to the broadcast. They're saying it was Tefele. It was Tefele that was down for the Jets, able to walk off under his own power, so that is a good sign. You do love to hear that. Hope Tefele is all right. And you'd like to see him get back in the game. Now they're sending Will McDonald off for a medical timeout. Now Will McDonald's going to come off. And there's a bot. And hide. So, wow. So, McDonald is going to come off. Okay, bruh. All right, here we go. 3rd and 2. And Nix is going to take it himself. And he trucks through a guy. Nix slams into number 29. Just a little read option there. Bo able to get around to the outside and plunks through a guy. Popped a guy on that. Yeah, just read option there. Could have handed off to Dobbins. Got enough bite on that defensive edge that he was able to run around there, and there's that first down. And now Brownlee's going to come off of the field, the guy that Nix lowered the shoulder into. I-form set now for Bo. Going to hand off to Dobbins, and Dobbins finally has his first decent gain. Sherwood's going to be in on the stop there. Dobbins with a gain of 5. Broncos driving over midfield now. That's the best traditional run the Broncos have got all game. My goodness. Clock ticks under 10 minutes now. 9:45 to go in the game. Broncos working quickly. Play clock down to 10. Gonna be a pistol set for Nix with an offset tight end there in the backfield. That is Ingram. Nix fakes the handoff. Jets blitz. Nix just has to get rid of this thing. Unable to drive it to Troy Franklin. Jets brought the house. And Nix unable to really set in there. Hurries a pass there. Sets up 3rd and 5 for Nix in this offense now. Yeah, just had to get rid of it there. Looking for Franklin on that. More of a throwaway, kind of looking to dirt it. Doesn't take the sack, which is good. So here we go. Gun set. Dobbins, 2 Nix's left. Nix kills the play at the line. Now they got to get set. Play clock down to 2. Broncos get set. They get it off. He slings it out to Dobbins, and Dobbins just drops it. They call, yeah, it's not a fumble. So Broncos going to punt this thing. Drive going to stall out at midfield there. Bit of a rough ball from Nix trying to lead Dobbins forward. Unable to get it. Broncos likely have a first down too. They had it set up. That's going to bring Crawshaw on for his first punt of the game. Here we go. Crawshaw gets a snap, boots this thing off, and bounces into the end zone. So that's a 30-yard punt. Crawshaw is a little unhappy with it. Alrighty, so here's the deal. I am gonna go make like a mug of hot water or something and just try and get a little bit of action going in my throat here. I should have done this last night, to be honest, so I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Listen, I tell you what. When new power rankings comes out from Perna, I'm gonna need him to put the healing lights of heaven on my throat, man. That's what I need. When Perna does power rankings next week, I need him to put the healing powers of heaven on my throat. Because good lord, talking hurts. We are still in commercial break, so we are not missing anything right now. We are all set. Broncos, unfortunately, did have to punt on that last possession. Defense is going to go out to try and shut down this Jets offense, as they have all game. Jets kind of got the 6-point spot by a couple of good plays by them. All right, the warm water's helping a little bit. I'm not going to lie. This might be the best I've sounded today. So here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Now for the Jets. I keep getting bots in my chat. Good lord. Takes a snap from the gun. Fields dropping back. Fields getting pressured. Has to step up and runs out of time. And that is Uwazurike able to get him down. Eyoma Uwazurike picks up a sack for himself in this game. Broncos coverage just does not relent on anything. Fields just runs out of time. Wilson actually had a step on Surtain. However, Fields was under duress by that point. So here we go. 2nd and 15 now for Justin Fields in the gun. Takes a snap. Short drop. Fields looking. Finds a guy short, but it's dropped by Garrett Wilson. Jaquan McMillan was in coverage on that one, and that's going to be 3rd and 15, so the Jets still unable to get anything going offensively. It's been a rough go for the Jets as it stands. Okay, how many of these, like, NFL live stream bots am I going to get, dude? Here we got 3rd and 15 now for Fields. Offsides. It's a neutral zone infraction, so Benito was very early. Very, very early on Nick Benito. So that's going to give the Jets a free 5 right there. It will remain 3rd down. So 5-yard penalty. So they give him a few yards back. However, yeah. That's silly. That's silly. Come on. So 3rd and 10 now from the original LOS now. Fields makes an adjustment at the line. He is in the gun, takes the snap, 5-step drop. Now he's drifting. Now he's got a guy coming at him, and he's going to go down once again. Jonathan Cooper is going to bear down on him from that left edge. So 2nd sack of the game and the drive now for this Broncos defense. Jets are obviously going to punt. 4th and forever inside their own 20-yard line. Just held the ball, just held it, drifted. It's like he's waiting for a guy to come wide open that's not going to. You got to know NFL open against not NFL open. So, here's the punt. Kicks it from his goal line. Mims at the 35 makes a catch, makes a guy miss, and he gets dragged down at the 41. So, doesn't get a long return out of it, but it's going to be Broncos football. Alrighty. Sorry, I just got text from some family. Okay. Okay, are they running a bruh? Oh, it's Microsoft Copilot ad. Damn it. Alright, we are in commercial break. You don't need to worry about missing anything. It will be Broncos ball at their own 41 when we come back. No score since that first quarter where the Broncos' last play of the quarter had that nice touchdown to Nate Adkins. Nothing since. We'll see if they're able to change that on this possession. Of course, once again, we are still in ad break, but we are going to be just fine, aren't we? We can run through some of these numbers real quick. It's an interesting game right now. Bo Nix, 13 of 18 for 112 and a tutty. Receiving wise, Ingram's 430, Adkins 2 for 23 with a tutty. Sutton's got a 17-yarder. So, not a lot of numbers to go around right now, but I mean, we gotta look at the Jets. Fields is 2 for 4 passing with 1 yard. The Jets have negative passing yards right now, dog. Brees Hall's only got 7 yards carrying on 6 attempts. Fields does have a 6-yard carry. And then the only guy that's got a positive catch is Mason Taylor. And then Isaiah Davis with a catch for -1. Broncos are shutting this down. The Jets have 1 total yard and -12 passing yards. Now with the sacks allowed. Just absolutely bonkers right now. Absolutely bonkers. So here we go. We are back. Broncos are going to have this at their own 41-yard line. I'm finding my voice a little bit. The warm water is starting to help. I can feel it in my bones. Or in my esophagus. So here we go. Nix will be in a single back set. It'll be stronger to his left side. He's got Jaquan McMillan in that backfield. Nix with the snap, fakes a pitch. Nix rolling. Nix Franklin. Franklin's going to turn up and get forward for about a gain of 6. 5 or 6. That'll be second down. So Broncos getting Franklin the ball a little bit even after that fumble earlier in the game on that first drive. And that's how you get a guy's confidence back. That's how you don't completely rattle a guy in a way that could hurt him going forward. You still get him the ball even after he makes a mistake. Gotta have your guys. Here we go. 2nd and 5. Adkins going to motion to the right side. Handoff. Going to Dobbins. Dobbins able to barrel forward. And he's got a first down. Gain of 6 on that. And the Broncos looking to move this ball once again. Dobbins finally getting a couple of good carries in a row here. He had a good carry on the last drive as well. That went for 5 or 6. Will McDonald is being evaluated for a concussion right now. He came out after that injury timeout. Empty set now for Bo Nix. Bo making a call at the line. It is an empty set for him. Play clock down to 7. 3 receivers left side. Nix, 3-step drop. Now he's got to dance. Nix, now he's going to run. Nix is going to have a first down. Slides down. And they mark him shy. Gain of 9 on first down. Nix slid just a little before he got to the stick. And oh no, he's messed up his sock. Oh no, not the sock. Everyone knows that the socks are the most important part of the uniform. Just ask the very early Denver Broncos how important the socks were. They hated them. I don't know if anyone's ever seen those striped socks. Those vertical striped socks, man. They look so bad. 2nd and 1 now from the New York 39. Nix in an I-form set now. Mims will motion around here. It's a handoff to Dobbins. Dobbins gets stuffed. It was really a long one. Yeah, it was a second and a longer one. More like a 3rd and 2, I guess, with the way that they spotted it. So it's going to be 3rd and about the length of, I don't know, the handle of a coffee mug, probably. All Nix needs to do is sneak this thing forward and call it a day. Third and inches. Oh my God, false start. Pat Bryant, false starts. Dog, it's like all bots in my chat. I am getting attacked right now. Yikes. So Bryant jumps. They back him up 5. Brian does come off of the field here. It's going to set up 3rd and 6. Nix comes out in the gun. 3 receivers bunched right. Nix dropping back. Nix has a guy, and that's Franklin. Franklin makes a man miss. Franklin dances inside the 20. There's a flag down. It's back by the line, and it's coming back. Holding call, and that's Matt Parrott again. That is the 3rd penalty on Matt Parrott of the half, and that wipes out a huge play for the Broncos. And I really, really don't know if you leave Parrott in. I guess we've said the same thing about Luke Wattenberg. Parrott just pretty much tackles the guy. So we've gone from 3rd and 1 on the Jets 39 to 3rd and 16 from the Broncos' own 49. From their 47. Nix in the snap, takes the gun. Nix screens it out a little bit to Harvey. Harvey looking to find anything. Gets it to the 45-yard line, so gain a not enough. Sets up 4th and 7 with 4 minutes to go in the half. Broncos are going to punt this thing away. Broncos just shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, Broncos just shooting themselves in the foot. Really, Matt Parrott shooting the Broncos in the foot. 3 penalties on just Matt Parrott, a false start and 2 holds. So it's going to be Crawshaw on to boot this thing now. Isaiah Oliver back for the Jets. Crawshaw gets a snap, sends it up. And we're going to see a fair catch at the 16-yard line. So not a long kick inside of the 20. Ay. All right, they're going to run to ad break. I am going to run and get another mug of warm water here to try and keep the throat loose. Because it is the only thing I have right now. That's for damn sure. So I will be right back. Yummy hot water. Oh, it's keeping my throat alive right now, though, so. Oh, not bad. Not bad. All right. Yeah, Broncos found their going offensively there for a minute. Had the 2 straight scoring drives on a field goal and on a touchdown to Nate Adkins. And then right now it's been tough sledding. Broncos had something brewing that drive, but Matt Parrott on a 3rd and 6 on what was a huge gain for a conversion, man. shoots him in the foot with a holding call, his third penalty of the game. And now you got to start to question whether or not Matt Parrott is going to be the long-term, long-term, relatively speaking, with Ben Powers on IR. But the question really has to be, like, do you let Matt Parrott continue to go out if he continues to kill drives like this? Because it's been rough right now. It has been bad. All right. Fields and an eye set now from their own 16-yard line. We're going to see an extra lineman motion over. Now we're going to see a fullback motion. Now it's a single back. Fields hands it off to Hall. Hall pushes forward for what looks to be a gain of about 3 or 4. Steve, ole, Denver. Hang on, my camera's blocking me. FD6-0 FC from a Dallas fan. Love you guys. Hey, glad to see you in here, Steve. Glad to see you here for some Sunday morning football. I am interested to see how those Cowboys do today. Very interested to see how the Cowboys do today. We'll do some kind of upcoming games here come halftime. Once we get all the stats aside. Fields gonna motion a man over. That's 85. Hands off to Davis, now going left side, and absolutely nothing. There is a swarm of orange and white over on that side. Denver Broncos not giving the Jets an inch right now. 2:32 on the clock here, and it appears we've got a timeout down on the field. Hey, you know what? Steve, I appreciate you. You're the first not bot that has actually commented in chat, so thank you for that. I don't know why, dude, but I've been getting swarmed by, like, the NFL game live stream. Like, I don't know, like, whatever the hell they are. So, Broncos are going to take a timeout with 2:32 on the clock here. That is their second timeout. It's 3rd and 6 now for the Jets. We'll get the W, I hope. I bet you do. Dak is playing out of his mind this year, man. Here we go, 3rd and 6 for this Broncos defense. Shotgun set for Fields there in the backfield. Takes a snap. It's a low snap, short drop, and he finds a first down. That's Josh Reynolds on the right side. Former Bronco, former Lion. If you remember, he was kind of in the role that Sherfield's trying to play. Riley Moss was just playing a little bit too far off, or a little further off than you'd like. Jets looking to get a playoff now before the 2-minute warning. And they don't get it. So 2-minute warning coming in now. So Jets get their first down of the game. And they'll be back to London here in just a second. That is the 2-minute warning commercial break. Feels like this game has somehow gone on for forever and for no time at all. Gonna need you to explain that one, Simi Science. What scientists? How do you describe time as a scientist? Okay, I'm done. We are in the 2-minute warning break, so you are not missing out on anything as it stands right now. Broncos still with that 10-6 lead. Looking to get a little more here. You're hoping for a stop, but they've only got the one timeout to work with now. So you're going to have to get a quick stop, and the offense is going to have to move extremely quickly if they're going to be able to get anything going. Coming up at halftime, we are going to have the numbers from this game so far. We're also going to have a couple of game previews for some of these 11 o'clock games, some of the 2 o'clock games, all the football games. course, Denver Broncos looking good. They could be looking better. Matt Parrott has kind of shot him in the foot a bunch this game. Like I said, I question whether or not Matt Parrott is a good multi-month replacement for Ben Powers. I really thought that the Broncos were going to turn to Palczewski just because of how much he's been playing as that extra offensive lineman this year. Like, just for the fact that he has active playtime this year, that's what kind of made me think that the Broncos were going to give him like that left guard starting role. I was wrong, and we'll see if they course correct here. Really going in, maybe not into half, but into next week, maybe. I really don't know. Oof. They got Gunna over in London. That's crazy. That's bonkers. Here we go. Fields in the gun now from their own 28-yard line. Fields will hand it off. Breece Hall able to get the edge, and he'll step out of bounds there after a gain of about 6 or 7. And it wasn't even that. My eyes are bad. 2nd and 6 now for the Jets. Get him out of bounds, though. It saves the Broncos a timeout. And the NFL graphic was off because the Broncos have only used 1 timeout. Okay. It's a morning for everybody. Fields now in the gun. Broncos bring heat. Fields gets it out quick on the edge. And what a tackle by Jaquan McMillan. He's going to keep Garrett Wilson from getting to the sticks. And Sean Payton's going to fire off a timeout. What a tackle by McMillan to rip Garrett Wilson down. And yeah, no first down there. McMillan just slings him down by the thigh over on that far side. So we are in a timeout. It's going to be 3rd and 2 here for the New York Jets. Looking to get something going for a drive here. They've got their first down out of the way. Now they're looking to get more. It's going to be from their own 36-yard line. 3rd and 2. Broncos showing a lot of pressure here. And about 5 guys at the line. Broncos do bring pressure. Hand it off. Hall falls forward. No first down. It's going to be 4th and incredibly short. Hufanga able to fill that gap. And we'll likely see the Jets go for it on this. It's going to be 4th and nothing. So it is going to be 4th and extremely short here for this for the Broncos defense in particular. And they're going to go for it at their own 39. Fields looking to sneak this thing or draw a guy off sides. And time runs out. Flag down. Jets will punt. Hoi bok choy. What's good? Let's go Broncos. Jets take a timeout with 1:02 to go. Offense is going to come off the field. Waking up to a Broncos lead. Yes, sir. Broncos up 10-6. 1:02 to go here in this second quarter, just before halftime. Catch you up a little bit. Broncos started the game. Troy Franklin fumbled the ball on the first 3rd down of the game. Jets recovered, get a field goal. Broncos tied it with a field goal on the next drive. Jets got a long kickoff return to add a field goal on. And it was Broncos after that, scoring a touchdown to Nate Adkins. And then no scoring ever since. I can't imagine being a Jets fan. That's worse than going to Arkham Asylum. For real. It's the roller coaster of hope and despair and hope and despair. Thank you, sir. Of course, of course. Rizzy's yelling something to the special teams unit, and we're going to get a fake. And no! Broncos are going to hold it. It's close. It's close. Aaron Glenn's on the field. Darren Rizzy was losing his mind to the special teams unit. What do they call this? They gave the Jets the first? I don't know. Are they giving the Jets the first down? We're not quite sure yet. They give it to them. They barely got that. They barely got it. So worst case scenario, the Jets can just run out the clock and not give the Broncos another shot before halftime. Damn it, yeah, agreed. Definitely a certified damn it moment. They barely got that too. They really didn't. All right, so they put 4 seconds back on the clock, 1 minute. So now we'll see what the Jets are going to do here. I don't know if they had a plan after that. I think it's kind of a situation of what do you plan to do? I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. 1 timeout for each team now. And it's the Jets' second first down. Fields will come out in the gun. Trips to the right side. Hand off to Hall. Hall's going to scamp forward. Oh my God. What are the Jets doing? They run it with Hall. It's a gain of 4. Fields drops back in the gun. Time runs out. Couple of Broncos converge on him in the backfield there. Looks like it was Nick Bonito. I'll be happy if the Broncos win as a Broncos fan, but I still need them to win by 7.5. Bro's got money on it. He's got the cha-ching on the spread. I respect it. I respect it. We do get a timeout here with 35 seconds to go in the half. Who called it? The Jets call it on 3rd and 8 after a huge Broncos sack. They reset the clock to 37 seconds. We got 3rd and 8 for the New York Jets now, and the Jets are imploding. They get the fake punt, and then they have no idea what to do with themselves. They get one positive thing to happen, and then they just have no clue what to do with it. 3rd and 8 now for Fields and the Jets. Fields in the gun. Wilson gonna motion. Fields dropping back. Fields standing. Fields has a guy over the middle. And it's going to be just shy of the sticks. Josh Reynolds stopped by Singleton. Broncos don't take a timeout. 4th down, 4th and 1. And the Broncos are going to let the Jets run the clock out on themselves if they want to. What is going on? They didn't get it off. And oh my God. And that's how we're going to go to halftime. The Denver Broncos let the clock tick out on the Jets. That is a myriad of problems. Garrett Wilson was losing his shit with Aaron Glenn on the sideline. Oh, dude, Wilson's hot. Garrett Wilson is hot right now, and he was getting in Glenn's face. What happened? The Jets just completely self-imploded after that fake punt. My goodness. It will be Jets ball at halftime, unfortunately, so there is that. But my God, what did they just do to themselves? Wow. All right, real quick, in halftime, we're going to have our halftime numbers. A couple of game previews here for these games going on later today. And man, these numbers are not pretty for the Jets. I'll tell you that much. Bo Nix, 15 of 20, 125 yards and a touchdown. Rushing, it is Nix is the leading rusher, 3 of 26. Dobbins not having the greatest of games, 7 of 15. Evan Ingram has a 7-yard carry. Yes, Evan Ingram, and then Franklin's got one for 2. On the receiving side, Ingram's 4 of 30, Adkins 2 for 23 with that touchdown. RJ Harvey 3 catches for 21 yards. Troy Franklin 3 for 19. He had a couple on some screen plays, a little bit of run after catch here. He did have that fumble on the first Broncos possession, so looking to atone for that a little bit, I imagine he is. Sutton's got a 17-yard catch. He hasn't really been active in the game. Pat Bryant with an 11-yard catch, and then Mims has got one for 4. Meanwhile, defensively, Uwazurike picked up a sack earlier, and then you got Nick Bonito and Zach Allen both with half a sack. They've been a game-wrecking duo so far for the Broncos this year. Cooper and John Franklin Myers also each picking up a sack of their own. No turnovers for the Broncos, none forced by the Broncos. They do have the one fumble there, Franklin on that first possession, as I mentioned. We go to the Jets, and man, it's been a rough go for the Jets. Fields is 5 for 7 with 11 passing yards. Breece Hall, 9 of 24. Justin Fields, 1 for 6 rushing, and that is it. Isaiah Davis does have one singular catch. Run, excuse me. Receiving, Reynolds is only 2 for 8. He's their leading receiver. Mason Taylor with 1 catch for 2 yards. Same for Garrett Wilson. And then Isaiah Davis has a catch for -1. Defensively, not a lot for the Jets. They do have the one fumble recovered by Andre Sisco. Sauce Gardner has been a bit of a non-factor so far. Sherwood's got a few tackles. So, this Jets run defense is playing incredibly well. Just by run defense standards. Broncos offense can't really get the ball moving at all, at least on the ground, but the Broncos are kind of picking them apart in the air, and would you look at that, another bot to hide in chat. Good Lord. So yeah, your Broncos halftime numbers, it's basically been the Bo Nix show on offense and just about nothing else. We'll go preview a couple of these games going forward. Bengal, cut it out. Quit. My dog's going a little crazy over here. So, Thursday night. There's another bot in my chat. Thursday night, Giants go and shat on the Eagles at MetLife Stadium. What a game that was. Jackson Dart played a really good game in that one. 17 of 25, 95 yards. Didn't do a whole lot. He let Scattaboo do the work. And sometimes it's all you can do. Let the scat man work. Couple of previews. My God, if my throat will cooperate. Steve, for you guys got the Panthers in Carolina. Down in Carolina, 2-3, coming off a nice comeback there against the Miami Dolphins last week. Of course, it is the Dolphins. Take that with a grain of salt. It is what it is. Jags Seahawks in Jacksonville ought to be a good one at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Chargers Dolphins. I expect the Chargers to win that one, but given all their injuries and the way they've been playing lately, I don't know. Jets is just a joke. I can't imagine Denver losing to them. Yeah, but you can't overlook an opponent, of course, These are all professionals. They all get paid, and the Jets are hanging in there right now. For sure. Rams and Ravens, that one's probably going to be a blowout. I don't care that it's in Baltimore. If you're going to let Houston drop 44 on you, you're losing to the Rams. You're losing to the Rams. Chargers need to lose. It's a very possible outcome given all the injuries they've had lately. Cards Colts. The Colts are just a more competent team this year. Daniel Jones is playing like fucking god right now. I don't care. Colts will probably win that one. I do expect Dallas to win against Carolina. The Panthers aren't that good. Bryce Young is not the quarterback we all thought he'd be. It is what it is. Patriots Saints. Listen, say what you want to about the record, right? They're 1-4 with Spencer Rattler, but man, Kellen Moore has got those guys hanging in games. The Saints don't quit. Kellen Moore has his guys playing hard. I had a lot of respect for that. I still think the Pats are going to win, but I think the Saints hang in there, make it interesting. And Browns and Steelers, Dylan Gabriel against Aaron Rodgers. Steelers are probably going to come out on top of this one. It's at whatever the hell their stadium's called that now. Browns offense just has not had it this year. That's probably a Steelers win. Titans Raiders could go either way. Geno Smith probably about to turn into Geno picks once again. Listen, 9 picks in 5 games is rough. Am I crazy for taking Lions plus 2.5? No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm picking the Lions to win that game. The Chiefs are not chiefing this year. All right. Anyways, though, Bengals, Packers, I'll keep these short. Packers are winning that. Bills are going to beat the Falcons. Bears, Commanders on Monday night. Probably going to be a commies win, but I bet the Bears hang in, keep it close. Bucks and Niners, I imagine the Bucks are probably going to win that. I even put a bet on them. I realized I'm not playing the Chiefs. I'm playing the refs too. Yeah. Maybe not so much this year, though. So with that all being said, that is our little halftime blurb. I am going to go get a few things taken care of before we come back to London. So I will return in just a few minutes. I got a dog that needs to go outside and all that fun jazz. So I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Crushing It. Hopefully my throat survives. All right. It appears I'm going to have to cut my own bathroom break short because we are back in London, everybody. It's going to be Will Lutz on to kick this thing off. Made it back just in time. Welcome back to London, everybody. I am going to have to postpone my own run to the bathroom because my dog took a little bit outside. Let's get Zed to kick this thing off. And here we go. Second half football coming at you. Here on Crushing It, this will be fielded at about the 10-yard line. Isaiah Williams running this thing out, and he's going to get it almost to midfield. Almost gets it to the 45 there, so the Jets now getting a little bit of momentum. Jets getting a little bit of momentum. Had to check in. What the hell are the Jets doing? Oh, dude, absolute great question. No idea. They're returning the ball really well today for some reason. They've got a return that went into Broncos territory and then another that just got them to their own 43. Fields play action. Fields breaks out of a sack. Now Fields is going to run, and Fields tackled after gain of about 4 or 5. The camera movement around the whole stadium is annoying. Can't even see the plays that are going on. It's making me dizzy. Yeah, it's making it a little harder to call the game than it normally would be. Yeah, it's making calling this a little harder than it needs to be. So it's gain of 6. Snap will come from midfield. Fields, single back set, handoff to Breece Hall, and Hall able to push the pile forward for a first down. Jets getting a little bit of momentum going now, and this is what I was saying. Broncos can't overlook the Jets. The Jets aren't going to quit. Despite the fact that they are 0-5, the Jets are not going to lie down and just let you kill them. Broncos gotta steal this momentum back because right now it is all for the Jets. Here we go in Broncos territory now at the Broncos 47. Fields in the gun. Fields, snap, pitches it out left side to Hall, and he's going to get stonewalled. Able to push forward for about a gain of maybe 2. But that Broncos defense was on top of him almost instantly. They're going to call it 2nd and 9. Gain of only 1 on that. Bonito able to fight through a block there on that Jets left side. And get to the guy, get a couple of guys to rally to him. So, 2nd and 9 now for the Broncos. Defense, really. 2nd and 9 for the Jets offense. Fields going to come out in the gun once again. 2 receivers stacked, top of the formation. Tight end's going to motion over now. Fields, short drop. Fields lets one go. Finds a hole in the coverage. First down and a bit more. Broncos unable to tackle Josh Reynolds. His 3rd catch. What stream are you watching where you're actually ahead of the footage on NFL Network? I'm watching the NFL Network broadcast. I'm just watching it on YouTube TV. Not a plug, just a necessity. Boy. So the Jets are finally starting to drive now. Broncos unable to tackle Josh Reynolds. Fields keeps it here, makes a man miss. That is, I believe, Dondre Tillman there at the formation that he made miss there. It was Tillman. Tillman over pursued a little bit, and the Jets are starting to move the ball just a bit inside of the Broncos 30 now. And yeah, that's the thing too, is Tillman waited on him as well. Tillman was reading, but Tillman just over pursues on that. Gun set now for Fields and the Jets now from the Bronco 25-yard line. Hands off to Hall, and Hall is going to push forward there for a first down. Google Play points to watch the game. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, save them up where you get them, honestly. Do what you got to do. I feel like all the sports networks have made it so hard to access the games, you know? Enjoy, go Broncos, will do. Hopefully they give me something to enjoy. 1st and 10 now from the Denver 22-yard line. Fields coming out in a single back set. Broncos D-line shifts a bit. Fields does hand off to Isaiah Davis, and Davis looking for the edge, throws a stiff arm, but isn't going to get much further than that. He's going to get ran out of bounds after a gain of maybe 2. We'll see what they give him on that. We'll see what the spot is. But just able to get past number 51. Moss able to kind of trip him up a little bit. So Broncos defense trying to bend, not break. 2nd and 8 now for the Broncos defense. 2nd and 8 for the Jets offense. Single back set, play action, bootleg for Fields, who just has to heave one up after getting a guy right in his mouth. No time to throw that thing. Nobody was fooled. Stranad had a beat on Justin Fields. That's going to make it 3rd and 8. Throw just goes right there to the sideline. Yeah, Justin Stranad just runs in on him. Not fooled. Fields has got to just get that thing out. Unable to get an accurate ball. So here we go. 3rd and 8 now for the Jets at the Denver 20. Fields in the gun. 3 receivers top of the formation. One's going to motion over now to start. Now Benito, passes batted down. That was Jonathan Cooper running around, and there's going to be a holding call on the Jets. And I saw that on that edge, too. He had a guy just get an arm hooked up there. Just had it wrapped around. That's holding. Broncos decline the penalty. So they get Membu for holding there. So this is going to turn into a Nick Folk field goal. So despite how good of a first drive that is, Jets still can't punch it into the end zone. And that's going to bring out Nick Folk, old man Folk. And the sooner they kick this field goal, the better, because I've had to pee since halftime, but my dog took too long to pee, and now I've been pushing through. It's going to come from the left hash, 38-yard attempt now for Nick Folk. And it's through. All right, they're going to commercial break. I'm going to piss break. My God. Oh, my God. Good God. All right, now we're better. I'm a little more focused now. Oh, that feels so much better. Okay. We are still in commercial break. Jets able to tack a field goal on to make this a 1-point game. So the Jets are hanging in this thing. Jets are very much hanging in this thing. A little worrying for the Broncos, but their offense was looking good at points in the first half. We'll see what they come out with in the second half. Very interested to see what that's going to look like. Once again, we are still in commercial break. You are not missing anything here on my broadcast. Just waiting for things to come along. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how some of these games go on later. I'll have my eye on them just while I'm getting a game recap for this recorded and uploaded. Of course, gotta have that up right after the game. But here we go. We are back in London. And jokes on them. I don't have to read out sponsors. Yeah. Dude, I've been chugging warm water today just to try and keep my throat loose enough to do this. Hey, I'll keep talking until my voice is gone. Who cares? I got some goddamn football to call here. Come on. My voice box can't stop me. And if I absolutely need to, we'll make an AI synchronization thing in my voice. I don't know how it says. Just kidding, by the way. I'm not gonna do that. God, no. That's a joke. That's a joke. All authentic. Here we go. Volk is gonna lift this thing off. This will be fielded at the goal line. Does receive it, and he's gonna take it. Mims gets tripped up at the 20. Gets chopped down like a damn tree there at the 20, maybe 21-yard line. Goes right down at the thighs. He goes topsy-turvy. Glad to see Mims is all right. That was Stone Smart, the tight end, looking like a linebacker. Here comes Bo Nix in the offense. Bo did a little skip, and that's going to be the energy that gets the Broncos to the end zone. Go put the foot on the throat. Stop playing with your food, Denver. Here we go. I-form set now. Dobbins and Prentice in the formation. Two tight ends in the set. We're going to see Troutman motion to the right side. Pitch out right side now going to Dobbins. Dobbins finding a little bit of room there, able to scamper forward and dive for about 4 or 5. Good start for the Broncos drive. 10-minute mark of the first quarter now. And we'll see what this Broncos offense is able to concoct here for 2nd and 6. Pretty much got to go, I don't know, 8/10 the way of the field here to put another 7 on the board. Broncos looking to do just that. 2nd and 6 now for the offense. Pistol set for Nix. Nix going to pitch it out behind him to Harvey. Harvey makes some hard contact with a guy about a yard from the line of scrimmage. But he's able to get a little further forward. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4 for the Broncos. 3rd and 4. Broncos have been pretty decent on 3rd down today. Not sure what the conversion rate is. I'd have to go find the stat on that, but it's been pretty favorable for them so far. They've stayed in favorable 3rd down situations. We'll see what they do here. He's going to have trips on the right side. Now he's going to change that. Adkins going to motion a little more in line. Nix, play fake, play fake. Double play fake, and my God, McLaughlin drops it, and we got a flag coming down other side of the field, but it's a legal man downfield, so 3 and out for the Broncos offense. I don't know what kind of crackpot screen they were trying to run there. So it's a play fake to McLaughlin. It's a play fake to a looping Franklin, and that screen was destined to die the moment Bo released that ball to McLaughlin. I mean, drop ball or not. Broncos are going to have to punt this thing with 8:59 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4th and 4. Broncos offense sputtering a little bit. Jets momentum. Jets have got every bit of momentum on their side right now. Crawshaw on to kick this thing now. Crawshaw gets the snap, boots it away. It's going to be Isaiah Rodgers. Fields it at his 30. He's going to get up past the 40, about to his own 42. Jets are going to have good field position. They're going to have a chance to take the lead. Once we come out of commercial break, I'm going to run and get a little bit more warm water. Once again, just trying to keep my throat loose enough to actually call this game. So I will return in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, I promise. You can look at my chair. Chair. Man, I don't know how the pros do it. Oh, man. So I tell you what, my throat, it's cooked. I am not going to be able to say a word on Monday. Not at all. So it's a quick 3 and out for the Broncos offense. We are still in commercial break, so you are not missing anything. But it is unfortunately a quick 3 and out. The Broncos offense sputtering a little bit. Defense was bending a little bit. Jets have made it a 1-point game. Here in this third quarter, we're about to the 8:50 something mark, if I remember correctly. We're still over 8 minutes in the third quarter. That's all you gotta know. The nice thing about being the only game on is all the crazy football people are here. I appreciate all of you. So yeah, just not a good drive for the Broncos on that. So we'll see what ends up coming out of this drive here. But so far, the Jets, man, Jets are hanging in here. It's the same thing the Broncos did with the Eagles last week. Just hanging in and hanging in and hanging in. Yeah, Broncos got to make a stand right here. Like I said, the Jets are going to play feisty. The Jets aren't going to lay down and die for you. Broncos still got to go take this thing. These are all professionals. Here we go, 8:48 here in the third quarter. Fields going to come out in a single back. Beck going to go in motion, play action. Jets looking for Beck now. Finds him on the far side. And that's going to be second down. Look to be a gain of 5? 5 or 6, I believe. And then he gets knocked out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 for the Jets. I'm going to spit that out. Here we go. 2nd and 4 now for the Jets. Fields will come out in the gun here. Breece Hall in the backfield. Fields is right. Now he's got a tight end in there with him. Fields does hand it off. Hall going to pull forward there. 2nd down run is going to go for 3rd, and it's going to bring up 3rd and less than a yard. So the Jets now finding themselves in more favorable situations. Broncos have pretty much lost all of the momentum of this game as it stands. Looking to get it back somehow. Here we go. Breece Hall in the backfield. Fields single back set. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side, 1 on the left. Fields going to change something at the line of scrimmage. And Fields going to sneak forward. And it does appear he's got enough for the first down. Right at midfield, just about. Maybe the Bronco 49-yard line. Excuse me, the 48. 48 was the first down for the Jets. All right. New pouchy. So, new set of downs for the Jets on the Broncos side of the field. Denver 48 now. Jets starting to get a little bit of mojo going. Fields in the backfield, of course. He's got Hall to his left side. 2 receivers on the left side of the formation. Fields takes a snap, hands it off. Hall going right side. Hall unable to find a whole lot going there. Looks to be a gain of about 3 or 4. Down to the Broncos 45. Call it a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Jets seeming to find a little bit of something in the tank now after being down pretty much all game. Offense hasn't really done much, but they are starting to move a bit here. They got a little momentum going at the back end of the half. Despite the ending, they were moving. 2nd and 7. Fields in the gun. Hall to his right. Hall will take the handoff, and there's a blitzing Hufanga that can't bring him down. And now they come back into it's going to be a loss of about 2 on that, but Hufanga missed a tackle that could have blown it up for a loss of 5, if not more. My goodness. Hufanga came in like a screaming missile on that and just unable to fully wrap him up. Hufanga able to get back in and make it. So good hustle on that. Singleton able to hem him up long enough to get Hufanga back in there. And then Hall just gets crushed by like 4 Broncos. So here we go. 3rd and 8 now from the Denver 46. Fields in the gun. Takes the snap. Short drop. Looking left side. Broken up. Incomplete. And there's Pat Surtain for the first time today. Seat belts him. Jets are going to be forced to punt. Surtain just able to break back in there. There was a little bit of space there. Makes up the distance and just bats it away. Made up a bunch of ground on that one. That's going to set up a Jets punt. Great play by Pat Surtain. Way to make up all that room. So, Jets on to punt this thing now. 5:13 to go in the 3rd. Broncos get the last guy they needed. Play clock down to 2. They get the snap off. And he barely gets it off. High kick. And they are going to cover it well. Broncos are going to have the ball at about their 2-yard line. Great coverage by the Jets punt team there. So Broncos are going to have their backs against the wall. Smith able to keep it out of the end zone as well as keep himself out of the end zone. But it will be Denver ball when we get back. So we have moved to ad break. Not missing anything. Much of anything as it stands. Oh, man, what a game so far. It's a close one. You know, who cares that it's an 0-5 team? The Broncos got to come back. Broncos got to come out and go down and stamp the Jets' throats with a touchdown drive here, or at least put some points on the board. This defense needs a little bit of a rest at this point. I've been thinking about trying to redesign the scoreboard a little bit too. Not gonna lie to you. Because, like, I like the way I have it now. Like, I think I kind of cooked with the scoreboard, but I also made it in February. And I feel like I could do one better. I don't know if I like it enough. Like, maybe I'll implement it on this, but who knows. I need 7 more, lol. Yeah, no, straight up. I also need 7 more. I need the Broncos to not choke this game. I would be a very sad boy. Alright, let's see. Square tool. But then... Well, actually, do I even need that? Or can I just come in... what do I need here? Transform tool... Yeah, no, I'm in Critter right now, redesigning my scoreboard. We are still in commercial break, so we're good. Can I just, like, curve this a little bit? That's all I want. Just a little bit of curve on this back end of it. Or on the sides, I guess. I don't want it to look, like, too goofy, but I want it to look good. That might work. That might work. Yeah, I'm playing around with scoreboard designs in Krita. Okay, or can I? What is that done? Okay, so now I think it's exactly even. All right, whatever. I'll look at that in a few minutes once we go back to the next ad break. Here we go, back in London. Broncos have the ball at their own 2-yard line now. 5:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. And they give them the 3 instead, so another yard. Here we go. Nix will be taking this in the gun in his own end zone, no less. Nix takes a snap, play fake. Nix backs. Nix now going to air one, looking for Franklin. Almost one-hands it, and we're going to get a flag. Brandon Stevens on the coverage. Franklin, the intended receiver, and it looks like we're going to get a pass interference on this. Unless they call it on Troy. I don't know if you can call that on Troy. What do you mean? We had 4 blues chatting about it, pointing in the Broncos' direction. That's okay. I mean, it's a half the distance call anyways, and the difference is the 1.5. All right. 2 fouls by the offense. Uh-oh. Oh my God. There was a holding call in the end zone. That is a safety, and the Jets are going to take the lead off of a safety. Wow. And they get Garrett Bowles for it. Wow. Wow. All right. Wow. So, Broncos now suddenly in a hole. Unbelievable. Yeah. Playing down to the Jets right now. That's for damn sure. Really? I mean, the Jets special teams has been incredible today. Honestly. And Garrett Bowles just holds his man through the end zone. They're going to call that. Fuck. So Broncos are going to have to punt this thing away. Wow. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Camera's panned right there on Garrett. That's his bad. Ay, ay, ay. So Lutz is going to be on to kick this thing off from the 20. Off the tee. Lutz runs up and puts all his leg into it. It will be Jet ball. Fielded at the 15-yard line. Broncos. Special teams hasn't been great today. They get him down. He gets it up past the 35-yard line. So, good field position once again for the Jets. Broncos are just killing themselves today, man. Jets are playing a really good game, though. Broncos had a couple of good series in that first half, but other than that, it's been crickets from them. And, of course, the safety. Nick's giving his guys a pep talk over on the sideline. Come on, you can win this. Just show some momentum. That's what I'm saying. So here we go. Jets offense on the field. Handoff to Hall. Spin move from Hall, and it doesn't really do him much. Nets about a half a yard, if even that. So 2nd and long now for the Jets. Broncos defense really looking to come out and shut these Jets down. Try and... because that safety is the kind of thing that can be a turning point. Bo Nix is over on the sideline trying to get the offense fired up and trying to get their heads out of their asses. Absolutely incredible. Fields in the gun. He's got Hall to his left side. 2 tight ends on that left side of the formation as well. Handoff going weak side. Hall tripped up the middle there, and it's gain of 6 on that one, looks to be, up to the 41. Fields getting his guys gathered in. Call it a gain of 5 on that, so 3rd and 5 now for the Jets. Isaiah Davis will check into the game now. Fields in the gun once again. He's got 2 receivers on the right side of the formation. Wilson starts in motion. Broncos brought 5, and Talanoa Hufanga is going to eat him alive in the backfield. Hufanga on a safety blitz. So despite everything, the Broncos defense able to come in and shut the Jets offense up. Great play by Hufanga, just came off of the edge and then fought through a couple of blocks on that one as well. And man, Fields just hangs on to the ball too long. just indecisive. Hufanga able to get back in on him, force a Jets punt. So, Broncos are going to get the ball back. Fair caught at the 18-yard line. So we'll see if the Broncos are done shooting themselves in the foot here now. Broncos offense now playing from behind. They're going to run to ad break over in London, which means I am going to run over for a bathroom break because I have drank so much hot water. I need to drink more actual water too, but yeah, I will be right back. I got to keep my throat alive one way or another. And we're back. We are still in ad break. You're not missing anything. Broncos are going to get the ball back after a rough string of events on that previous drive led to them getting a safety. Jets punt team pinned them within their own 3. There was a holding in the end zone by Garrett Bowles. That gave the Jets the lead. Broncos defense comes in and forces a 3 and out. Bo Nix was really trying to group his guys together. We'll see if that amounts to anything now. So here we go. Broncos are going to have it at their own 18-yard line now. Much favorable field position than the 3. Harvey in the backfield. Franklin's going to motion from left to right. Nix takes a snap out of the gun. 5-step drop. Sits and looking for a guy over the middle. Incomplete. Had some pressure coming in and just kind of short arms it. So rough start to the drive for the Broncos. 2nd and 10 now. Broncos are going to be looking to get a few, or to make this a more 3rd and manageable, if not move the chains as it is. Broncos offense has been out of whack once again. Here we go. Nix will hand off. And that's been the theme of the game. Broncos just can't run the ball today. I didn't even get a chance to see who he handed off to. Guy was moving fast, just unable to find anything going. It was Dobbins there that took the handoff, and he had Adkins in motion. And, man, just nothing for Dobbins there. Just any hole, any lane he has closes up immediately. It's going to set up 3rd and long for this Broncos offense now. 3rd and 10. Nix comes up to the line, tries to get a few adjustments. Play clock down to 7. Adam Prentice in the backfield now. Takes a snap and hands it to the fullback. And Prentice gains a couple of yards there. But Broncos are going to give up on the drive here, trying to play the field position battle. Broncos offense with no movement. Wow. 1:25 to go here in this third quarter and counting down. Crawshaw on to punt this thing. It'll be from about his own 5. Here's the snap. Crawshaw gets it, boots it. Send it back to the Jets. Got a guy backing up inside of his own 20, so what a kick. And a good tackle there by the Broncos to keep him inside of the 25. What a punt. I wish we had a net on that, because my God, what a kick from Crawshaw. From the Broncos 18 to the Jets 24, just about. It was fielded at the 20, or inside of the Jets 20, so that's a hell of a kick right there. You gotta think too, like, I don't know really how they count punt yardage, if they count it from where it passes the line or just from where he kicks it. Either way, what a kick. So 1:03 to go here in the third quarter. Broncos defense looking to snare some more momentum from these Jets. And they will have it at the 24-yard line now. Fields in the gun. Broncos bring 4. Fields finds a Garrett Wilson rather quickly. The first catch he's gotten on Surtain, but Surtain was pretty much draped all over him. Fields just able to rifle it in there, and Surtain just can't get his hand in there. Does get the tackle. They get a couple of yards there, and that's going to run the clock under 60 seconds. Probably under 40, yeah, under 40 seconds now. Here we go, Fields in the gun. Once again, clock ticks below 30. We're going to see 82 go in motion. Fields, quick drop, looks, finds Wilson. Fumble! Flag down, but the Broncos have the ball. Officials are ruling a catch fumble right now. This could be a Broncos turnover. They're going to call it incomplete. Maybe. It's an illegal shift. Penalty declined. Bronco ball. Bronco ball. Broncos able to force a fumble. It's a very close play. Wilson made a football move. Made a football move. They're reviewing it, unfortunately. That's a catch. That's a catch and a fumble. He did a football move. He does. He does. Bruh. I need Walt to shut up. He made a football move. I don't care, bruh. No, that's Broncos ball. Shut up, Walt. That's Bronco ball. Shut up, Walt Anderson. That's a turnover. There's a ref hearing Sean Payton out. Fuck, they gave it back to the Jets. Really? Are they really saying... Wow. That's insane. That's insane. He made a... Bro, no, he made a football move. I don't care. He made a football move. He made a football move. Okay, whatever, man. That's ridiculous, really. He made a turn to cut up. Wow, 3rd and 6 now for the Jets. So Broncos defense can still get off of the field here. 21 to go here in the third quarter. Wow. Camera angles are sucking right now, but Fields does appear to be, in the gun. Hall to his right, 3 receivers to that left side. Fields takes the snap. Broncos bring 4. Fields. And he's going to get sacked. Helmet comes off. Jonathan Cooper came in and got him. Ball does not lie. Helmet came off. 4th down. Fields is good. That's good. But the ball does not lie. Oh, I know that pissed off Jonathan Cooper. Wow. So, end of the third quarter, they're going to start it with a punt. Broncos defense able to rally and get a sack to close out that third quarter. We're going to the fourth quarter here over there in London. After this commercial break, that's where we are at the moment. Oh, why do the Broncos have to do this to me every week? Why must it be difficult? Get these robots out of here. I usually don't have this many viewers on here, so the bots aren't usually a problem, but now they are. I don't know if that's a good problem to have or not. I don't know. You make that decision. My goodness. Weird game that we've had so far. Ay, ay, ay. Alrighty. What am I looking for? I am still working on the new scoreboard a little bit. Okay, I need to shrink that. Place it there. Go up here. Yeah, I'm dinking around in Critter right now with the scoreboard because I don't know if I love the way mine looks at the moment. So I am trying out a couple of new things here. We are still in ad break. We're not missing anything. Don't worry. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. That's what I wanted. I don't know why it always just leaves lines unfilled. Thank you, Krita. Very uncool. Come on. Come on. We're still in ad break. You're not missing anything. Don't worry. Ay, ay, ay. These graphics just really like fighting with me. Alright, back to the game. Got him singing Sweet Caroline. That's just a London tradition at this point. They always do it. Get these frickin' robots out of here, bruh. Get the bots out of here. My God. Alright, here's the kick. And that's going to be fielded at the 25 by Marvin Mims. Fair cut. Bronco football. Ball, in fact, did not lie on that possession, as the folks like to say. I'm still heavily convinced that it was a fumble, and you can't tell me otherwise. Has to be completed. Come on. Wow. That's a stupid rule. Apparently, if the ball comes out at the same time as the third step, it's incomplete. I think that's really stupid. Oh, and Cooper almost caught it out of the air, too. That's the sad part. So here we go. 1st and 10 Denver now from their own 25. It's their best starting field position here in these last few possessions. Looking for a long drive to go down and slam the door. I form for Nix. Troutman going to go in motion right to left. Nix takes the snap, hands it off. Dobbins. Dobbins looking for room. Dobbins able to push forward for a gain of 4. Gain of 5, excuse me. Or gain of 4. 2nd and 6 now for the Broncos. Just the offense looking to get into rhythm now. Go down and put 6 on the board. Broncos have been quiet since the second quarter. Or the first half, really. Nick's in the gun. Mims going to motion left to right side. Ingram alone in line on the left. Nix takes a snap, hands it off to McLaughlin, and then pump fakes a screen, and that's going to get absolutely nowhere. That goes absolutely nowhere. So Broncos run game, they're trying to get a little fancy with it, and absolutely nothing. Sherwood on for the tackle. 3rd and 6 now for Nix. Nix, snap out of the gun, drops back. Nix looking, ball gets batted, and it's incomplete. For someone who has just 121 to get bot comments is weird, it is. Nothing I can't handle, but I've gotten a lot of them. Yeah, ball gets batted by Sherwood. I think Nix was looking for Ingram over the middle on that, and Sherwood just takes it away, bats it down. Sets up another punt here for the Broncos. Crawshaw on to kick. Jets with a 1-point lead. 13:42 to go on the clock. Broncos unable to put a drive together since the second quarter. Crawshaw gets the snap. 6th punt of the day. And fielded at the 20-yard line. Flag is down on the field. Tackle made by Mitchell Fabroni. We'll see what the flag is here. As it stands, it's a return to about their own 38-yard line, but we could see this come back. And there's a little bit of a discussion. Holding on the Jets, potentially. It is holding on the Jets. 10-yard penalty from where the kick was caught. So they are going to be very backed up there. Man. So 13:31 to go on the clock. Jets are also nursing a 1-point lead. My God. Run to the restroom real quick. Don't get too sad without me. I'll be back. Oh boy. All right. Call me the most hydrated man in North America. My God. We are still in ad break. You're not missing anything. Broncos defense is going to go back out onto the field. Where the offense just cannot get any sort of progress going. My goodness, it has just been no bueno for these Denver Broncos today. Not after the first quarter, anyways. Alright, I am still working on fixing my scoreboard up a little bit. Okay, there's that. Yeah, it's still fixing the scoreboard. I don't know, Krita is just so weird. I don't know why Krita is the way that it is. I just wanted to fill in all the gaps that aren't blue with blue, and it just refuses to sometimes. Alright, whatever. Back from ad break are the Broncos and Jets. Here we are in London. Broncos running out of time a little bit here for the offense to get itself going. Broncos are outgaining the Jets 188 to 76. Here we go. Fields in the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off going right side to Breece Hall. Hall gets tripped up there. Malcolm Roach able to stop him after a gain of about 2, maybe 3 after the stumble forward. Goes as a gain of 3. Malcolm Roach activated off of the injured reserve. Clock is going to tick below 13 minutes. 2nd and 7 now at the New York 12-yard line. That penalty backed him up from the spot of the catch. Broncos bringing a blitz. Hall spins out of a tackle, and Hall's got a first down. Flipped over by Riley Moss. Gain of 8 there for Breece Hall. Jets get a first down. It's been a rare sight today. If anything, right now, the Broncos are beating themselves. That's what has happened. The Denver Broncos have just beat themselves. It's just, ay. So here we go. 1st and 10 now, gun set, hands off. No, Fields is going to keep this thing. He had a lead blocker ahead. Broncos able to tackle him after a gain of 4, maybe 5. Tackle him out of bounds there. You got Sutton and Nix having a little discussion on the sideline there. Yeah, that offense is sputtering right now. 11:50 to go. 2nd and 6 now after the run of 4 by Fields. Another fucking robot. Gun set. Another handoff to Breece Hall, who was unable to find anywhere to go. Stumbles down. Pulled down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to set up a 3rd down for the Jets. To touch on what you were saying a second ago, Steve, I think it's just that with us being the only game on, like the bots have to focus on such a reduced amount of streams that they're prone to happening. Bro, come on. So here we go, 3rd and 5 from the 26. Fields snap out of the gun, dropping back. Now he's got to run, and he falls. He didn't get it. Fell down a yard shy. He was stretching that ball out. Falls down a yard shy. So at his own 30, what's going to happen here? Yeah, his knee is way down. Short of the stick. So the Jets going to punt this thing? Or are they going to try and... Or are they going to... Wow. I don't think they can't snap this, right? What a field stoppage. Jets take a timeout as the play clock was going down. 10:23 to go in this 4th quarter. What's going on? Very interesting stuff going on here in London. What is going on? What is Glenn doing? Man, really, I don't think the Broncos should... After a timeout, the Jets are going to bring out the punt team. On 4th and 1 at their own 30, it took a timeout for the Jets to decide to just punt the ball. Rizzy yelling some stuff out. He's freaking out. So, there we go. Gets it off. And high fair caught at his own 26. So it's going to be Bronco ball, 10 minutes to go. They're going to go to ad break, as is per usual with the National Football League. We're going to go to ad break. I'm going to keep my throat alive. I'm going to go get multiple kinds of water. I got cold and hot in here, so I will be right back. I got to keep my throat alive for multiple things. Okay. We're not dead. I got my warm water. I got my cold water. My throat does feel like it's loosening up just a little bit. Apparently don't go do a charity event where you've got to scream your lungs out for like 5 hours before you got to call a game the next day. Learn from me. Learn from my mistakes. All right. So here we go, trailing by 1. Broncos are going to get the ball back at their own 26-yard line now. Knicks has 0 second half passing yards. 0 for 3 on passing attempts since the first half. What a weird game right now. Here we go, pistol set. Franklin gonna go in motion. Knicks, play fake. Now he's rolling, now pumps, now just gonna throw it away. Nothing open downfield here. Jets defense playing clamps right here. Just a little play action there. Knicks trying to get something going there. Rolling. And just ends up having to throw it away. Might have been able to throw Engram right there. I think that's what he pump faked before a guy just jumped in there, Brownlee. So unable to find anything there. 10:09 to go here. Prentice in a gun set with Harvey to his right. Knicks play fake once again. Knicks able to get one off, and Evan Engram comes down with a first down reception. Broncos finally able to somewhat move the ball. That's a good play design there. Good route from Evan Engram. And finally, this Broncos offense seems to be doing something. Finally get a first down. Here we go. Under 10 to go. Hand off to Harvey. Harvey getting a little wiggly and able to dive it forward. Probably give him about a gain of 2. 9.5 to go. 9:24 and ticking down. They only give him 2 on that. They called him down before the dive, I imagine. So 2nd and 8 now for the Broncos offense. This running game has looked awful. We're going to see Trent Sherfield join the game, as well as Troutman rejoining the game. He's been in for a couple of snaps throughout the game. Play clock to 9. Knicks in the gun. Harvey going to motion out of the backfield. Knicks looks over to him, trying to get him in space. Harvey is going to get knocked around, spun around by about 3 different Jets, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Denver Broncos. Offense looking to try to get anything moving here. Knicks just trying to get a guy in space. And Harvey just unable to find anything there. No blockers out for him. 3rd and 8. Clock ticks below 8:20. From their own 40, Nick's in the gun. Takes a snap, drops back, 3-step drop, flips it out of the backfield. He's got Marvin Mims, and Marvin Mims is into Jets territory, fighting down inside of the New York Jets 35. That is a 1st down for the Broncos. Gain of 23 when they needed 8. Great play design. Just flips it out to Mims, who gets lost in the man coverage on that. He had Sherwood in man coverage. Nick's able to flip it out to him. And the Broncos are now in field goal range. Takes a snap out of the gun. It's a handoff to Dobbins. Dobbins finding yards. Dobbins able to find 8. And suddenly this Broncos offense might have a little bit of life. 7:45 to go in the game. Jets hanging on to a 1-point lead. Broncos looking to eliminate that. You are in field goal range. Great run by J.K. Dobbins right there. Here we go, Knicks once again in the gun. That's kind of been the primary formation for the Broncos. Takes a snap, another handoff to Dobbins, and Dobbins able to plow forward. Gets about a gain of 5 when they needed to. Keep the chains moving. Another robot in my chat. I want them gone. Burn them all. Clock will tick below 7 minutes now. Ender Games, glad to catch you in here. Hope you're having a good Sunday morning. Nix is going to empty out the backfield here. Nix hard counts it. 3 receivers on the left. Ingram and 2 guys. Takes a snap. Nix, quick drop. Looks short, and he's got Pat Bryant juggling catch on a little bit of an out route. Pat Bryant able to find a guy. 1st down connection down to the Jets 9. Bryant just running from that slot side on the right. Just a nice little out route he's able to run there. Choice route is what they call it. It's a split-second decision. Bryant makes the right one, able to hang on to that ball, juggling it. 1st and goal for the Broncos. Nix going to have it in the eye set now. Nix will be a naked boot. Nix just has to dirt a ball. Looks like he was trying to pump fake, and it slipped out of his hand. Either that or he just dirted it in Adam Troutman's direction. No question about whether it was grounding or not. It was not grounding. Yeah, just trying to boot him. Didn't really have Troutman there. Nix just kind of short arms it and just dirts the ball. Nothing there. So, 2nd and goal now. 5:59 to go. Stop with these goddamn robots, man. Nix killing the play at the line. 3 seconds on the play clock. Everyone's set. They get the snap off. Nix, it'll be a handoff. Dobbins breaks out of a tackle and then can't get away from 6 different Jets. 3rd and goal. Clock will tick below 5:40. Bots have been awful on YouTube. But what the fuck, dude? It's so bad. Like, just, you get all of these, like, spam sites and shit just trying to, and it's, like, all the same link. It's just, like, 85 different users. It's such an annoyance. 3rd and goal now from the Jets 9. Down 1, Nix, empty set. Play clock to 3. Nix gets the snap off. Quick drop. He's going to float one up. And unable to connect with Sutton. Wow, misses. So that's going to bring up Will Lutz in the field goal unit. Take the lead with 5:09 to go. Sutton just unable to find the ball, it looked like. Ugh. Little wide and just missed it. Here we go. Lutz going to come out for a short kick. I know Nix is kicking himself for missing that one. From the right hash, Lutz puts it up. It is good. Broncos take the lead. First points since the third quarter. 2-point lead now. 5:06 to go in this London affair. No matter what happens, win, lose, or tie, somehow, I will have a post-game video up. I hope to have it up about noon for you guys. So if you're not already, subscribe for that. I'm going to drop just one more little shameless plug. YouTube would rather work on shitty AI age verification instead of fixing their bot problems. Yeah, it's capitalism at its best. Bots and AI videos are the worst things I have seen in this app. Yeah, and there's no regulation for it, and there will not be regulation for it at this point. Not given everything going on in the world right now. So, 5:06 to go here in this fourth quarter. Broncos have taken their first lead since the third quarter. Broncos have not played an outstanding game, but they still have an opportunity to hang on and win this thing. In London, I blame jet lag. But there's also just some other stuff that's got to happen, man. Broncos looking to take care of business and move to 4-2. It's been a little worrying so far today. But they can go on and hang on now. Lutt's going to boot this thing away. Fielded at the 5. Going to be returned, of course. He's got a save, but he's tripped up. Ball's out. They rule it dead. There's still a bit of a scrum for the ball there. They're going to rule him down. So it is Jets' ball. They rule him down by contact. Who trips him up? That's Devon Key. He is, in fact, down. So Devon Key able to get a forearm in there and trip him up. And that likely saved a massive return. Go Broncos, do this. I'm with you, David Oliver. Here we go from their own 33. Single back set for Fields. Fields going to hand it off. Breece Hall looking for anywhere to go and unable to find anywhere to go. Second down, no gain on the play. Broncos run defense able to clamp down hard. Cooper able to set the edge, and then the backup, just the cavalry able to get to him. Second and long now, 4:30 on the clock. Fields going to come out in the gun. Once again. Motions in number 85. Fields takes a snap, quick drop. Fields looking, can't connect with Garrett Wilson, threw the ball behind him, and he had space. Maybe the one snap that Wilson was able to get the better of Pat Surtain. Just unable to connect. Justin Fields puts it behind. Man, Surtain could have picked that thing off if he was maybe in a bit of a better position there. Just throws it behind Garrett Wilson, and Wilson stepped off the field. Oh, and Fields knew he missed it. Wilson's hurt off the field. 3rd and 10 now for Justin Fields. Trips left, deep drop, and Nick Bonito is going to get in on him, and then Zach Allen is going to come in and finish that thing off. Broncos defense clamping down now, trying to suck the life out of the New York Jets. 4th and 18. Couple of guys got off incredibly quickly. It's just a 4-man blitz, but Bonito able to fly around that tackle before Zach Allen's able to join him. Yeah, Cooper and Allen joined him. We'll see how they score that sack right there. Here's the punt. Mims calling poison. It's going to roll. It's going to take a very favorable Jets roll inside of the 20. Down to the 15-yard line. Mims called poison control. That ball rolled away from everybody. Wow. So Broncos are going to have it now. Broncos looking to put this thing away. 3:30 on the clock. Jets only have 2 timeouts, having burned one on a 4th and 1 at their own 30, just to decide to punt the ball away. It's one of the most egregious uses of a timeout I've ever seen. Now you're down one of your timeouts in a close game with 3:30 to go. I form for Nix. Nix hands it off. Dobbins looking for room. Dobbins able to fight around a little bit and scamper forward for a gain of 3. It appears the Jets have used a timeout, trying to stop the clock here, get as much time as they can with the ball one more time. Broncos looking to ice it. Graphic hasn't changed the timeouts or anything, so that's a little interesting. All right, the graphic does update. Jets do get a timeout in with 3:25. Broncos trying to salt this thing away and escape London with a win against the 0-5 New York Jets. 2nd and 7 now for the Broncos coming out of the timeout. They're going to come into the huddle now. Yeah, Jets have just had it rough this year. Broncos looking to make it a little rougher. I never realized the Jets' helmets look like jawbreakers. Here we go. Nick's in the gun. Gonna motion out Franklin. It's a hand around to Mims. Mims looking for more room. And that's gonna be a loss. He scampers closer to the line. Loss of 2. Will McDonald is back in the game. 3:19. Jets use their final timeout. They call it a loss of 2, so it's going to make it 3rd and 9. Mims, incredible that he's able to break out of a tackle and scamper back to the line of scrimmage on that. Man, now is not the time to get cute with the running game, Sean. Wow. So Jets have burned their final timeout. 3:19 to go on the clock. 3rd and 9. And if I'm Sean Payton, I gotta hand. If I'm Sean, I gotta give the ball to Nix. Put the ball in Nix's hands on 3rd and 9. Nix comes out in the gun. Franklin goes in motion once more. Nix will throw. Nix back deep. Now he steps up and he takes a sack. Huge sack by Jareem Johnson. So just a myriad of miscues by the Broncos, and the Jets are going to get a chance. Nobody gets open on that. What is that play call? Wow. So clock keeps rolling. That's the one pro with this. The con, you're going to have to punt this from the end zone. Crawshaw takes it, boots this thing, gets as much leg into this as he can. Sends this to the 30, and he'll be ran out of bounds with 2:20. Jets need a field goal to take the lead. Broncos are going to have to lean on this defense one more time. 2:23 to go. Jets are going to be set up here in good field position. Nick Folk, been as reliable as they come for years. 2:23. Jets have burned all their timeouts. They will have the 2-minute warning to stop the clock, likely after this play. Gun set for Justin Fields. Breece Hall to his left side. 2-by-2 set. Now tight end's going to make it 3-by-1. No, he's going to go back to the left side of the formation. Ball's on the ground. And Breece Hall picks it up and he's able to get a gain out of it. Wow. Up to midfield. Bounces off of the hands of Fields. And he's able to gain 7 on that. Wow. Heads up play by Breece Hall. Rolls right to him. He's able to pick it up. Makes Bonito miss. Roach was blocked enough. Wow. So that's how we get to the 2-minute warning. My God, man. All right, I'm going to take this, run to the bathroom real quick. Final 2 minutes. My God. Oh boy. Jets ball. Jets ball. I did not make that transition, my bad. Oof. I did not update the who had ball. It is New York ball. At pretty much midfield, it'll be 2nd and 3 when we get back. Good lord, this game is something else. We are still in the 2-minute warning commercial break. Broncos clinging to a 2-point lead as it stands. Oh boy. Broncos defense looking to shut the Jets down one last time. We are still in commercial break. It's getting spooky. It is getting a little scary for the Denver Broncos right now. At risk of losing to the 0-5 Jets. I blame the British. I blame the jet lag, which by proxy, I blame the British. By proxy, I also blame the Brits. All right, here we go. Final 2 minutes. Final 2 minutes. Here in London, Broncos holding on to a 2-point lead, 13-11. If anything, today the Broncos have beat themselves, but if they can escape the British and themselves, we'll feel a little better. Line of scrimmage is midfield. Fields in the gun. Breece Hall to his right side. 2 receivers tight on the right as well. Handoff to Hall. And first down carry for him. Needed 3. They get 4. 3.5 or 4, just about. Field goal range for Folk is the 40. Broncos have taken their first timeout. 1:56 here on the clock. Jets are getting close to field goal range now. Very, very good chance the Jets aren't going to throw this thing. Not if you're this close to field goal range already. Nick Folk. And Nick Folk has got a hell of a leg on him. Here we go, 1st and 10. Once again, it's going to be Fields in the gun. Breece Hall splayed to his right side. Guy motions in, tight on the formation. Play clock down to 12. Fields takes a snap, dropping back to throw, and he's going to get corralled in by about 5 different Broncos. Huge sack by the Denver Broncos, and we will see the Broncos just let the clock run on this thing now. It's going to go under 1:40. Lot of guys got in on there. Broncos send an all-out house. It looked like Franklin Myers got the first hand in on him. 2nd and 15. Fields back to throw. Now he's got to throw. Fires one to Garrett Wilson. It's going to keep him out of field goal range to the 44. Peyton takes another timeout with 1:18. It's a decent gain, but it's not quite field goal range. Got one out to Garrett Wilson. Jaquan McMillan in coverage. So Broncos take their second timeout here on 3rd down. It's going to set up a 3rd and 8, so that first down sack comes up massive now. 3rd down and 8. So here we go. What do the Jets do here? Do you run the ball and settle for a shorter kick? Get these goddamn robots out. 3rd and 8. Fields will remain in the gun. Wilson gonna motion right to left. They snap it now. Wilson drifting. What a hit! Incomplete. Wilson had it until Hufanga laid down the boom, and Garrett Wilson cannot hang on. Thump. So they might attempt a late field goal on that. Couple of Jets wanted a penalty, but it's a very clean hit. There wasn't a lot of contact on that, almost at all. It looked violent from the first angle, so 4th and 8. Are you going to go for it, or do you send out Folk for a 62-yarder, and they're going to go on 4th and 8. 1:14 to go. Jets are going to go for this thing. Fields takes the gun snap. Broncos bearing in on him. And that's the ball game. Jonathan Cooper screams around the edge. And the Denver Broncos are gonna hang on to this thing. 1:09 on the clock. No timeouts for the Jets. 4th and 8. Let's take a look at this. Cooper is gonna fly off of this edge right over here. He's the first to Fields, gets a hand in, and then Brandon Jones and Singleton join in to plant Justin Fields into the dirt. Taylor kind of ends up blocking Fields in the backfield too. And the Denver Broncos are gonna hang on to this ball and to this game. Let Jonathan Cooper go out and take that victory formation snap. I don't give a shit. Don't actually, but let him go out in victory formation. Come on. Broncos are now in victory formation. They're going to take one more knee, and the Denver Broncos are going to move to 4-2. What an outstanding game by this defense. My God. Broncos are going to go back across the pond with a half game on the Chargers, who will play the Dolphins. So, Broncos fans, we are Dolphins fans for today. There we go. Final kneel down is down. I'm going to have a post-game analysis up here, ideally at about 11:30 noon. It's a win, not a pretty win. Hey, a W is a W. A win is a win. I don't care what they say. Let's eat one. Let's eat a W. We ate that W. So yeah, like I'm saying, I'm going to have a post-game thing up, ideally here within the next hour and a half. I don't know, the live post-games never do that well, so I've just kind of strayed away from them. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see that post-game stuff and all of the shenanigans that I get up to trying to get to 200 subscribers before the end of the National Football League season. You guys have been an awesome audience. Awesome audience. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get into the performance, Steve. Trust me. Trust me. But yeah, thank you all. You have all been so great. You've all been so awesome. And yeah, that has been the London game. Broncos getting ugly W. Like I said, I'll have that post-game thing up here in just a little bit. So, if you're a viewer in the audience and you like football, subscribe to the channel. I talk about the Broncos quite often. I do have a gaming channel that I'll plug. It's in the description. I've been playing Sonic Crossworlds over there. Plug. Gotta plug all my stuff. So I will let that be where it settles. Thank you all so much. I'll have that up in a little bit. Go Broncos. Go